Hi everyone, it's me Lubna. Today is Monday, August 12th, 2024. This video is dedicated to my beloved, and the topic of this video is going to be about the difference between treating and healing life's problems. So I wanted to talk about that topic in conjunction with another passage I read in this book that I've been reading, Power versus Force, The Hidden Determinants of Human Behavior, by the psychiatrist and spiritual teacher David Hawkins, MD, PhD. And the particular passage that I wanted to share has to do with just that, the difference between treating and healing. So let me go ahead and share that passage with you first. Here it goes. The difference between treating and healing is that in the former, the context remains the same, whereas in the latter, the clinical response is elicited by a change of context so as to bring about an absolute removal of the basis of the condition rather than mere recovery from its symptoms. It is one thing to prescribe an antihypertensive medication for high blood pressure. It is quite another to expand the patient's context of life to the degree that he stops being angry, hostile, and repressive. So let's talk about that now. Just like in the example that he gave within that paragraph, a lot of people experience things like high blood pressure or hypertension. And it is particularly a major problem in America, where so many people are stressed out by their life and how things are turning out for them. And it leads to things like anger, hostility, and repression, just like he mentioned in that paragraph. By the way, I'm sorry if you can hear the cicadas outside. It's summer here in Arizona now, so they are making their usual buzzing noise. Anyway, going back to what I was saying. So many people experience these effects of the stressors of life, like anger, hostility, and repression. And part of it is due to the fact that they are allowing the stressors of life to cause them to feel this way. And as a result, they experience bodily symptoms and deterioration in their health. And most of the time, in fact, almost all of the time, doctors try to treat this with medication, methods to address the symptoms rather than the cause. And as was shared in that paragraph by David Hawkins, it's more effective in the long run to treat the cause rather than to treat the effects or the symptoms, because if you keep treating the symptoms, they'll just keep getting worse and worse over time, and the person is going to need more and more treatment or medication for those symptoms. But when you treat the cause, you can get rid of the symptoms once and for all. And I think another way to think about this idea of the difference between treating and healing is the difference between looking outside of yourself for the solution to your problems versus looking inside of yourself. Treating can be thought of as looking outside of yourself for the solution to your problems, like looking outside and thinking that there's some type of magic pill or medication to solve whatever symptoms, whether you're experiencing, whether it's mental, psychological, or physical. Whereas healing is looking within yourself to see what is going on that is causing you to have those symptoms, and changing yourself before looking outside of yourself to find some medication or treatment for your symptoms. And I'm not saying that medicine is not good and that we should not take any medications at all, because sometimes we have no choice. And sometimes we do have to look outside of ourselves for the solution to some of our problems. But in many facets of life, we should first look within ourselves before looking outside of ourselves for the cause and thus the solution to our problems. And this can be related to what he had shared in that paragraph about experiencing anger and hostility and mood symptoms. If we change the way that we think and if we change the way that we react to life's stressors, we can ameliorate a lot of the health issues that we face, and thus alleviate the need for any medications or any external treatments. And it's also applicable to things like having to lose weight. Like if you feel like you're overweight or if you are overweight, rather than looking outside for solutions like medications and injections and whatever everyone is talking about, first, before you try any of those, while I know those are necessary in some cases, before you try any of those, look at your own personal habits, lifestyle habits, like are you exercising? Are you eating the right things? Are you keeping yourself healthy to the best possible extent that you can? And if that answer is yes, then you can move on to looking outside of yourself for solutions and methods to help you lose weight. And I could go on and on about how treating versus healing, like the benefits of healing over treating life's problems, is applicable to various other areas of life. But I'm sure that if you think about this long enough and deep enough, you could figure out a way in which it could be applicable to your life right now. And my hope is that you'll think about this and think about what in your life right now you're treating rather than healing. And once you start looking at the cause of your problems rather than just treating the symptoms and covering them up, I can assure you that your life will improve and you'll become a better person as a result. So that is the message that I wanted to share today about the difference between treating and healing life's problems. I hope that what I shared with you today has been valuable to you and your life and the lives of those around you in some way. And I want to say thank you so much for listening to my video today. And with that, I want to wish you a wonderful day, afternoon, evening, or whatever it is, wherever you are in the world.